This video is brought to you by ABC Supply, the largest wholesale distributor of roofing and other select exterior and interior building products in North America.
Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Roofing Contractors Best of Success podcast show. I'm RC Editor-in-Chief Art Eisner, and I'm really happy to be joined today by McKay Daniels, CEO of the NRCA. McKay, thank you for being here.
Great to be with you, Art.
We're obviously on the show floor at the 2024 International Roofing Expo. There will probably be some out there that say roofing never did slow down or did never leave, but is there any doubt after this show roofing is back?
Hey, I'm just happy to be sitting down, right? This has been an amazing show, and roofing is absolutely back. We're breaking record numbers on pick a metric, pick a statistic, and it's a record year this year here in Las Vegas with IRE. The economy's strong, contractors are busy, talking to exhibitors and seeing the show activity, show floor traffic. It's really something to behold.
Right, really and all of the energy. Obviously, Las Vegas is a great draw,
sure.
Regardless, but there's something else going on here that might be drumming up some excitement. But why do you feel the roofing industry is back to making that face-to-face connection a priority?
Well, I think it's a couple of different reasons. One, Las Vegas has a lot to offer for folks to come and mix a bit of work and pleasure. Right. But this is, and you touched on it, a relationship-driven industry. And people have done regional shows and ramped their way back up to attending these nationals, but this is a family reunion, and you can only stay away from your family for so long if you had been away, and family got together. for sure, and it's great because you can see people that you wouldn't otherwise run into here at the show. The education content this year was amazing. The education sessions, the record attendance, and a record number of offerings, sessions being offered. So there's a lot to there. You can choose your own adventure when it comes to IRE because there's so much to take in and so much to do. And I think people are recognizing that, and they want to sign me up. And already out there, you can sign up for 2025. You can get your booth space, your hotel space. I mean, we're already into San Antonio.
Building that momentum. Yeah. No doubt there's a lot of work that the NRCA has to get done at this show, but also what have been some of the priorities your organization's been trying to accomplish here?
At IRE or just beyond?
At IRE.
We do have some housekeeping business, electing our new chairman of the board and board of directors and executive committee. That happened at the award ceremony last night, and recognizing volunteers who have been engaged in the industry for decades, which is always just remarkable and heartwarming to see, because NRCA is a volunteer-led organization, a member-driven organization, and so to see individuals take time out of their personal life, out of their business, out of an already full schedule, and go and give back to the industry via the association and volunteering. It's really great to see, and so that was a large part of this week as well, of just recognizing those that have given so much.
Right. So let's talk about that for membership perspective. When contractors join NRCA, what can they become part of?
Oh, just like IRE, NRCA is choose your own adventure as well, right? Being a member-driven organization, my bosses are the contractors, are the roofing industry, saying, hey, here's some strategic areas that we need to focus on. Here's some of what we need to be doing better, or contractors have a difficulty in XYZ space, and they go and direct us, the staff, to develop resources and best practices or materials to try to address those things. So if somebody's thinking about getting involved, I'd strongly encourage it, because we need that energy, those ideas, that passion, because without it, we don't have the foundation that we rely on. It really is the volunteers in our committee process that drives the association.
What do you see as some of your priorities for 2024?
2023 was a remarkable year on a lot of fronts, and 24 is going to continue. Safety is paramount within the industry, and we've made great strides over the long run. but we've candidly backslid a little bit in recent years. Fatalities are up. Fatalities per worker or work hour are up, and so we're trying to get into that root cause of what is it that's causing these numbers to trend the wrong way, because there's nothing more important than having somebody go home safe each night. So we're offering new products and services in Spanish so that we can have resources for the folks that are on the roof and need it most. And in that same vein of safety, mental health is going to be a big issue that we're going to be talking more and more about this year. And it's a not an easy topic to talk about, but it's gravely important that we do, because you may or may not be aware that the construction and roofing industry in general, we're operating at 4 times the rate of the general population when it comes to suicide and death by suicide. And that's something that we haven't really talked about much as an association or as an industry, because it is a difficult topic. But we're going to be putting out resources and best practices for contractors and for employers and for employees to recognize warning signs, or get in the habit and practice of, hey, it's okay to talk about it if you're having a bad day. Because just like it's vitally important that every worker go home each night, it's vitally important that every worker wakes up the next morning as well. And so we're going to be focused on that.
Right, and it's obviously not an easy topic to talk about, but I imagine you believe starting that conversation at least,
Yes.
and making that more of a common thought.
Yes.
Within the contractors.
Yes. I call it just engage, right? There's no single magic solution to this, but doing nothing isn't an option. And so we're going to just engage and start talking about it. This past year, 2023, was difficult in that 3 contractors who I know personally lost people in their shops due to suicide. 1 year. 3 contractors, just my own story.
Orbit. Yeah.
And that was, at least personally for me, a true wake-up call. And I regretted that we hadn't been more aggressive and proactive leading up to it. But we're not going to make that mistake going forward.
One of the other areas you've been candid about where the industry has maybe perhaps slipped a bit is in recruitment and career technical training.
Yep.
You're obviously making some efforts in that way too. Let's talk about.
Yeah, there is a war for labor out there right now, and the competition is fierce and fierce and brutal. And we haven't, as an industry, gone proactively out there and said, hey, you need to come and join us. We haven't told our story. We haven't articulated why somebody should consider a career in roofing as passionately and as aggressively as we should. And that also is something that we've really started to turn around in the past 18 months or so. I call it broadening the funnel, right? We need to have more people considering a career in roofing. And I mean, just look around the show floor here. A career in roofing can mean a lot of different things. Right. There's so many different paths and options. And you hear certain generations say kids these days, they don't want to work, or they don't want to work with their hands, or they're lazy or whatever. I wholeheartedly reject that assertion. You go into these technical school, trade schools, and see these kids, they're working with their hands, and they're passionate, they're articulate, they're hard workers, and they're smart, and they want to go and succeed. We just need to present them the opportunity and make our case. And so we've been focused on that quite a bit, and are going to continue to do it.
Awesome. Let's talk about Roofing Day.
Yeah.
You're looking forward to getting back to the Beltway.
Well, that's there's a lot going on in Washington, D.C. right now, and I know that it can turn a stomach sometimes, but that doesn't give us an excuse to not go and do the work, right? Actually, it's even more vitally important that we are there. IRE is the extended family reunion. The next stop is going to be Roofing Day here, April 16th and 17th in Washington, D.C. And that too is where you get all segments of the industry that come together and speak with one voice and say, here's some of our priorities, here's some of our issues, and here's a little bit about us, so that we can develop that relationship with our elected officials and their staffs, so that when they are considering legislation, they'll have that relationship in place, that we're able to reach out and say, hey, this is good, bad, or problematic for us, and be able to make our case in a better fashion. And while you may say, and I would agree, Washington, D.C. may appear to be a dumpster fire right now. I haven't met somebody that's gone to Roofing Day and A, didn't have a good time, and B, didn't come away feeling a little bit inspired, because you are, directly advocating for something that is vitally important. Our careers, our industry, our livelihoods, it's vitally important. And so they have a good time, they come away a little bit inspired, and also give back a little bit and are able to make the case. So if it's not on your radar, put it on your calendars, April 16th and 17th, Washington, D.C. You can learn more on nrca.net. We need all voices from the back office to the top of the roof and everywhere in between.
Great. Thank you, McKay. Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, great to be with you.
Thank you all for joining us.